Hey everyone, and welcome back to English Listen and Learn. I'm Ben,
And I'm Anna.
and today we're going to be talking about something
Mm-hmm.
I think that resonates with a lot of us.
Yeah.
Finding your voice
Absolutely.
and overcoming shyness.
It's amazing how often this comes up, right?
Right.
So many people, they have incredible ideas or thoughts, but that
Yeah?
little voice of self-doubt just keeps them from
Yeah.
sharing.
It's like having a treasure chest
Hmm.
of, thoughts and perspectives,
Mm-hmm.
but you're just a little afraid to open it up
Right.
to the world.
Yeah.
And so today that's what we want to kind of help you unlock.
That chest.
Unlock that chest, yeah. Let your brilliance shine.
Yeah. And it can be scary.
So we'll look at, maybe some times when shyness has held us back,
Yeah.
some thought patterns that can feed into it,
Yeah.
and most importantly, like some really practical strategies
Yeah.
to help you step into that spotlight.
It's all about baby steps, right? Because even those small moments of speaking up can be huge confidence builders.
Totally. So to kick things off,
Mm-hmm.
let's dive into like a really common scenario.
Okay.
Like imagine yourself in a meeting at work.
Okay.
You've got this fantastic idea,
Mm-hmm.
like a real game changer.
Yeah.
But then that voice in your head starts whispering,
Uh-oh.
what if it's not good enough?
Right.
What if people judge me?
Yeah.
So you stay silent, and then a week later, your manager introduces a strategy
Oh, no.
that's eerily similar to yours.
It's not even about taking credit, is it?
Right.
It's more about that feeling of like, I had that idea,
Yeah,
I could have contributed, and sometimes that missed opportunity can really sting.
exactly. And it's not just work situations.
Right.
Like picture yourself at a social event.
Okay.
You spot someone you know who seems really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You have so much in common.
Mm-hmm.
But then, that fear of rejection creeps in.
Yeah.
What if they don't want to talk to me?
Yeah.
What if I come across as awkward?
Exactly.
So you hesitate and someone else swoops in and starts a conversation.
Oh.
Another missed connection.
It's like there's this invisible barrier, isn't it? Just
Mhm.
holding you back from connecting,
Yeah.
expressing yourself, really engaging with the world.
Right.
But here's the thing, that barrier is
Yeah.
often built by our own thoughts.
So true. So let's unpack some of those thoughts, those
Yeah.
mental patterns
Mm-hmm.
that tend to show up when shyness takes hold.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever noticed what your inner voice says?
Oh, absolutely. It's often a chorus of self-doubt, isn't it?
Right.
Things like, I'm going to sound stupid, or
Right.
everyone's judging me, or even like,
Yeah.
my thoughts aren't interesting enough to share.
It's almost like we build these elaborate scenarios
Yeah.
in our heads, these worst case scenarios that rarely, if ever, actually happen.
Yeah, and it's not just the fear of judgment.
Right.
Sometimes it's that feeling of not belonging,
Uh-huh.
feeling like an imposter, like you're not qualified to contribute to the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the secret weapon against all those negative thoughts.
Okay.
Awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start noticing those patterns,
Yeah.
you can start challenging them.
Because they're just thoughts, right?
Exactly.
They're not facts.
They're not facts.
And we have the power to choose
Yes.
which thoughts we give energy to.
You do.
So how do we motivate ourselves to speak up when those negative thoughts
Right.
start swirling?
Yeah.
How do we break free from that cycle of self-doubt and fear?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And it's one we'll definitely explore, but I'm curious,
Yeah.
what are some of the thoughts that tend to pop up for you,
Mm.
when you feel shy?
Yeah.
What resonates with what we've been talking about so far?
Uh-huh. It's so easy to get stuck in that cycle, right?
It is, but the good news is
Yeah.
shyness isn't a life sentence.
Right.
It's not something you're born with and stuck with forever.
Yeah, it's more like a
It's more like a habit, a pattern
habit.
that we've developed over time.
Right.
And just like any habit, it can be changed
Mm-hmm.
with a little effort and the right strategies.
That's a reassuring way to think about it.
Yeah,
So instead of labeling ourselves as shy,
right.
maybe it's more helpful to say,
I like that.
I'm learning to speak up.
I'm learning
Yeah.
because the words we use have power.
Right.
If you keep telling yourself you're shy,
Yeah.
you're more likely to act shy.
Right.
But if you shift your language to I'm learning,
Yeah.
it opens up the possibility
That's
for
what they-
growth and change.
It's like giving yourself permission to experiment,
Exactly.
to make mistakes, to try new things
Yeah.
without the pressure of having to be perfect.
And remember, you don't have to go
Yeah.
from 0 to 60 overnight.
Yeah.
It's all about taking small steps, building those confidence muscles gradually.
So what are some of those small steps we can take?
Okay.
What are some practical strategies to help us flex those confidence muscles?
Well, one technique I love is the 3-second rule.
Okay.
It's incredibly simple, but surprisingly effective.
3-second rule. Okay, tell me more.
Okay, so it's all about interrupting that cycle of overthinking before it even starts. The moment you have a thought you want to share,
Yeah.
speak up within 3 seconds.
Hmm.
Don't give your brain time to come up with a million reasons why you shouldn't.
Ah, so it's like short-circuiting the doubt monster
Exactly.
before it can even like rear its ugly head.
Because the longer you hesitate,
Right.
the more likely you are to talk yourself out of it.
Yeah.
So if you see someone you'd like to connect with at a party,
Yeah.
don't overthink it. Just walk over within 3 seconds and
Yeah.
say, hey, how's your night going?
Simple, direct, effective. I love it.
Right?
Are there any other strategies that can help in those moments when you feel that like...
Absolutely. One helpful tip is to
Yeah.
prepare phrases in advance,
Hmm.
especially for situations that typically make you feel shy.
That makes sense. Like having a little toolbox
Yeah.
of conversation starters
Yeah.
ready to go.
So if you want to join a group conversation,
Yeah.
you could say something like, hey, that sounds interesting. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Or if you want to contribute in a meeting,
Right.
you could start with, I'd like to add something to that point.
Having those phrases ready can really take the pressure off,
It can.
especially if you tend to freeze up when you're put on the spot.
It's all about giving yourself a sense of control
Right.
in those situations that might feel a bit intimidating,
And it's not just about the words we say, right?
right?
Like our mindset
Oh, absolutely.
plays a huge role in how we feel and how we show up in the world.
Instead of worrying about how people perceive you,
Yeah.
shift your focus to learning about them.
Hmm.
Cultivate a curiosity mindset.
I like that.
Ask open-ended questions like,
Yeah.
what's something exciting happening for you this week?
Yeah.
And genuinely listen to their answers.
That takes the pressure off of us
It does.
because we're not constantly trying to come up with the perfect thing to say.
Right.
We're simply engaging with another human being,
Mhm.
which is what connection is all about.
Exactly. And you know what?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to fake it till you make it.
I love that fake confidence.
Fake confidence.
It sounds counterintuitive,
I know.
but I've actually heard that it can work wonders.
It really can. Your body language can
Yeah.
actually influence how you feel.
Hmm.
So stand tall, make eye contact, smile.
Yeah.
Your brain will start to believe it too.
So it's like we're sending signals to our brains
And exactly.
saying, hey, we got this.
You got this.
Yeah.
And remember, it's okay to be imperfect.
Right?
Even the most confident speakers make mistakes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If you stumble over your words, laugh it off.
Yeah.
But keep going.
Totally.
Don't let a little slip up derail your progress.
That's so important because we're all human. We're all learning.
Right.
The goal isn't perfection.
It's not about perfection.
It's progress.
Yes.
It's about celebrating those small wins.
Yes.
Those moments when we push ourselves outside of our comfort zones.
And with each step we take,
Yeah.
we're rewriting that story we tell ourselves. We're
Mhm.
proving that we're capable,
Right.
we're worthy, and we have a voice that deserves to be heard.
Now, one thing we often overlook is like the power of practicing
Yes.
in those everyday situations, those little interactions that might seem insignificant,
Right.
but can actually be powerful confidence boosters.
You're absolutely right. Talking to the cashier at the grocery store, asking a stranger for directions,
Yeah.
complimenting someone on their outfit.
Hmm.
These small interactions are like mini workouts for your confidence muscle.
I think we've spent, a good amount of time talking about,
Yeah.
those anxieties and fears
Right.
that can keep us from speaking up.
Hmm.
But I think it's equally important to talk about, like,
Yeah.
the flip side,
The flip side.
the incredible power and potential
Absolutely.
that lies within each of us
Yes.
when we do find our voice.
It's so true. We often underestimate the impact
Yeah.
our words can have, not just on ourselves,
Right.
but on the world around us.
It's like that ripple effect, right?
It is.
Every time you speak up, you're not
Mm.
just expressing yourself.
Yeah,
You're potentially inspiring someone else,
right.
sparking a new idea, or creating a connection that wouldn't have existed otherwise.
Imagine a world where everyone held back their thoughts and ideas
Right.
because of shyness. It would be a much dimmer place, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
So much potential left untapped.
But by choosing to speak up, you're choosing to be part of the solution.
Yes.
You're adding your unique perspective to the conversation,
Right.
enriching it with your experiences and insights.
And it does take courage, doesn't it?
It does.
To push past those fears and make yourself heard.
Yes.
The rewards, both for yourself and for the world, are immeasurable.
When you find your voice, you open up a whole new world
You do.
of possibilities, new opportunities, deeper connections, and a sense of confidence that just radiates from within.
It's about recognizing that you have something valuable to contribute.
Right.
Even if it doesn't always feel that way.
Yes.
You know your voice matters, your perspective matters,
Mm-hmm.
and the world needs to hear it.
So as we wrap up today, I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
Think back to a situation
Mm-hmm.
where you hesitated to speak up.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a meeting, a social event, or
Yeah.
even just a casual conversation.
Right.
Now imagine that same scenario,
Okay.
but this time you choose to speak your mind.
Hmm.
How does that feel?
Yes.
What changes?
Hold on to that feeling, that vision of yourself as someone who expresses themselves authentically and confidently.
Yeah.
Because that person is within you waiting to be unleashed.
And the world is waiting to hear what you have to say. So keep practicing, keep speaking up, and keep shining your light.
You got this.
You got this. Thanks for joining us today.
We'll see you next time on English Listen and Learn.
Let's learn some new vocabularies together. Eerily similar. It means very alike in a strange or unsettling way. Example: the two stories were eerily similar, as if one had copied the other. Swoop in. It means to arrive suddenly and take quick action. Example: the rescue team swooped in just in time to save the hikers. The million-dollar question. It means the most important or difficult question that everyone wants an answer to. Example: the million-dollar question is whether the new product will be a success. Short-circuiting. It means failing or stopping suddenly due to confusion, overload, or malfunction. Example: my brain started short-circuiting when I tried to solve that difficult math problem. Talk yourself out of. It means to convince yourself not to do something. Example: he almost asked his boss for a raise but talked himself out of it at the last second. Thanks for watching. Until next time.